This gentleman in 1911 woke up from the bed and was not ready to step on the floor. You know why? And who's this gentleman? Because he found out the previous night, he found out that in any atom there is a lot of empty space. How much? 99.9999% is empty space in any atom or atomic structure. His name is Rutherford. In 1911, he did one experiment. Okay, he took what? Gold. Why? Because gold has property from which we can make a very thin film. So he created a very thin film and tried to bombard the particles on it. His thought process was most of the particles will be reflected by that film, right? Because it's a solid metal. But to his surprise, 99.9999% particles passed through that film. It means he was just shocked to see this fact, because there is huge empty space in the atom. This was biggest discovery. In the same way, if you know, just look at the earth and the moon, sun and all the planets. We can have a best analogy. Okay, you know what is the speed of light? Light travels, the speed of light is 300,000 kilometers per second. In 1 second, it goes in 3 lakh kilometers or 300,000 kilometers. Now, just imagine the distance from sun till earth. So it takes around more than 8 minutes for that light, the speed of light you know now, to reach the earth from sun. If you see other planets, Uranus, it takes 2 days, more than 2 days. If you see Pluto is not a planet anymore, but still it's a dwarf planet. It takes more than 4 days for sun to reach the light till Pluto. So this is the vast vacuum or empty space in between planets as well as in atom. Why we are seeing this? Why we are digging into this? Because we want to know the electricity. Why, how, and what are the electrons? Okay, we'll go ahead. Now, okay, we have seen about the planetary system, vast empty space. In the same way, here also very vast empty space, like Rutherford already told us. Now, this is a copper atom. Okay, copper is a good conductor of electricity. We have seen this in 7th standard. Okay, now why? Question is why? Why copper is a good conductor of electricity? Because in copper, if you see, in first cell 2 electrons, in second 8, in third 18, okay, 2, 8, 18, and in last cell only 1 electron. Now, you know, in the center there are positrons. Okay, so protons and neutrons, we know that neutrons doesn't have any charge, protons are positively charged, so those protons are binding. The force of attraction is there between these electrons. Now if you see, look at this last electron, this can venture out because this is very lightly bound, it is far away from the center, the distance is more from the center, that is why it is lightly bound and it can be used for our purpose. Okay, so it can venture out, it can wander here and there, it is very lightly bound, and that is the reason it is available for us for the flow of electricity. Now we know there is a valence or free electron in the copper atom. Let us see ahead what happens to that atom. Whenever there is no voltage applied across this conductor, these electrons are freely moving. Okay, freely moving inside the conductor. Now, if we apply voltage across this conductor, what happens? These free electrons, the electron will enter from one end and the last electron will be out. First in, last out. First in, last out. Okay, so in this way, okay, conductor will hold its own electrons. These electrons will be pushed from one end and the last electron will go out. Like in pipe, if you have a pipe and water is there, if water is entering, the first water enters, last electrons are flowing through a conductor. Okay, now we had to understand this before we go into details of an electricity generation. Okay, in next lecture we will see how the electricity is generated inside the alternator or a generator, electric generator. If you see the wind turbines, even the photovoltaic cells, everywhere the concept is same. Energy. These electrons are energized and stored in the battery. Okay, in terms of DC it is stored. In terms of AC, what is happening? Electronic pumps, we call it. Alternators are electronic pumps. Okay, so we will see in the next lecture how the electricity is generated in the alternator.